I have great news for all BNO passport holders who are interested in going to the UK for some time or even becoming UK citizens. The UK government had previously promised to create a path to citizenship for all BNO passport holders, all British nationals overseas, and now finally we've been given details on how exactly to do it. There are a lot of new important changes to the British visa system for BNO passport holders specifically, so make sure that you share this video with your friends and family so that they are made aware of it as well. Okay, so in this video we will read this BBC news article which details some of the changes. Then we will look at the actual UK government documents that have just been released with new, fresh details, and I have underlined the most important parts of it so that it's easy to understand for you guys. So if you're interested in the whole process, this video is for you and I hope it will help you out. Stay with me, we begin right after the intro. Alright, so a little over a month ago, the UK government promised to create a path to citizenship for all BNO passport holders after it had been made official that the Chinese government would implement its new security law in Hong Kong. Back then, however, the government said that it could be a while until the new documents would be released and the new rules would change. And usually when the government says it's gonna take a while, that means a long time. But the good news is that they actually did it this time. So before we read this article from BBC, I want to inform you that the new changes will only take place in January 2021. That means that if you apply right now for a visa to go to the UK and you're from Hong Kong, you will only be allowed to go there for 6 months, just like it's been for a long time now. So specifically to benefit from the new rules, you have to wait with applying for your visa until January 2021. Okay, so let's read this article. The UK unveils new special visa for Hong Kong BNO passport holders. The UK government has unveiled the conditions under which almost 3 million Hong Kong residents will be able to start on a path to citizenship. Hong Kong's British nationals, overseas passport holders, and their immediate dependents will have the right to apply for a special UK visa from January, Home Secretary Priti Patel said. The offer comes after China imposed a sweeping new security law in Hong Kong. Beijing has previously warned the UK not to meddle in domestic issues. Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian said in May that all British national overseas or BNO passport holders are Chinese nationals and the move would, quote, violate international law. However, Ms. Patel said on Wednesday that the offer meant the UK was keeping our promise to Hong Kong residents to uphold their freedoms. So in spite of China trying to pressure the UK not to intervene, they are upholding their promise, which is great news for a lot of Hong Kong people. So what are the conditions to get the special visa? BNO holders already have the right to visit the UK visa-free for 6 months. Those are the rules right now. However, this will now allow them to apply for 2 periods of 30 months leave or 5 years leave to remain in the UK and then eventually become full British citizens. This means that instead of going to the UK for 6 months and then having to reapply for the visa over and over again for the duration of 5 years, now you can actually get a visa that lasts you either half of that time, 2.5 years, or the full amount of 5 years. This is great as it makes it a lot easier than before. So another thing that's really great is that BNO holders are able to bring immediate dependents, including a spouse who does not have the passport, along with children under the age of 18. No one born after 1997 is entitled to a BNO passport, and it does not pass down through the generations. However, holders' children who were born in 1997 or later and are older than 18 will be able to apply if they are part of a family unit. 1997 is of course when Hong Kong was given over from British control to Chinese control. So originally, people born after 1997 would not have those same BNO passport rights and would not be part of this deal. But now, if they are part of a family unit, they will be part of this deal. Let's read the last part of this article before we move on. Applicants do not have to have a job before arriving in the UK, and there is no minimum salary attached to the visa. However, the passport holders must be able to support themselves financially and will not qualify for benefits. They will need to have a tuberculosis TB test certificate and no serious convictions, though those convicted only of offenses related to the recent demonstrations in Hong Kong will still qualify. They also need to show a commitment to learn English. So from this, it's easy to understand that even though you don't earn the rights to governmental benefits, it will give you a very good chance of going to the UK and succeeding. And the UK government will not accept any serious convicts. That means if you committed any kind of serious crime, you won't be given this chance. But if the crime is related to the recent protests in Hong Kong, they will take a look at those cases individually and go through them, and most likely you'll be granted some kind of leniency. They will still allow you to come in. Alright, so after that initial information in the BBC article, the UK government released a full set of documents detailing how exactly to do things and what to do. Now this is a long document, so I will leave a link to the full document in the description of this video, but I will go over the most important parts of the documents, those that really matter the most to you. To make it easier for you, I underlined the most important issues down here. So eligibility. Are you actually able to get the visa and the benefits that follow? Conditions and entitlements. What conditions follow if you get the visa, and what benefits and entitlements are you getting when you have the visa? Finally, the application process from A to C of how you apply for the visa and what happens when you get it. Now, there are a few other important details, obviously, in the document, and I do highly recommend that you read it all yourself, but those are the most important ones, and I'll make sure to also cut out the important parts of the few other sections at the end of this video as well. Alright, so eligibility. In the introduction to eligibility, they are talking about what they talked about in the article as well, that they won't be splitting up families. So that is why if you're older than 18 and you don't have a BNO passport, you can still, if you're part of a family unit, you can still go with them and be admitted into the UK and get the same benefits, the same process as the rest of your family. You won't be split up unless you choose to do so yourself. Within eligibility, here is the specific list of requirements. In addition to holding BNO status, applicants and their dependents must also be ordinarily resident in Hong Kong, which includes those currently in the UK but who are ordinarily resident in Hong Kong, be able to demonstrate their ability to accommodate and support themselves in the UK for at least 6 months. So this comes because they can't give you any governmental benefits, so they need to see that you're able to, as they say, accommodate and support yourself in the UK for at least 6 months. Demonstrate a commitment to learn English in the UK where appropriate. On entry, there will be no English language requirements, but applicants will require a good knowledge of the English language if they choose later to make an application for settled status, indefinite leave to remain after 5 years. Hold a current tuberculosis test certificate from a clinic approved by the Home Office. You must pay a fee for the visa and the immigration health surcharge, both payable in full at the point of visa application. Have no serious criminal convictions, have not otherwise engaged in behavior which the UK government deems not conducive to the public good, and not be subject to other general grounds for refusal set out in the immigration rules. So obviously the UK government won't take in anyone convicted of serious crimes unless related to the protests within the last 1.5 years. The fees that they talk about, if you're looking to gain UK citizenship, that you have to pay upon actually applying for the visa, they're detailed in this last section. The fee for the initial visa and any renewal will be announced in due course. If individuals then wish to settle or obtain citizenship in the UK, each of these applications will attract additional fees. The fee for settlement is currently set at £2,389 plus a almost £20 biometric enrollment fee, whilst citizenship currently costs £1,206 for adult applications. Although the fee for the new route has not yet been established, we will look at analogous routes. The principles for determining fees set out in the Immigration Act 2014 and the overall design of the new immigration system. So basically, they haven't yet announced a set price if you want to apply for a visa that you know from the beginning will allow you to get to UK citizenship right as you apply. But that doesn't really matter since those rules will only be set into motion in January 2021. So let's move on to conditions and entitlements. BNO citizens and their dependents who apply and meet the requirements set out above will have the following entitlements and restrictions in the UK for the period of leave granted under the Hong Kong BNO visa. Leave to remain in the UK for a period of 5 years. This will consist of an initial period of 30 months leave, renewable by a second charged application for a further 30 months. Alternatively, applicants will be able to apply for 5 years leave from the outset upon payment of a higher fee and the immigration health surcharge for the duration. Applying for 5 years leave is likely to be more cost-effective overall. So basically, they're explaining that if you know from the get-go that you want to apply for the visa to become a full UK citizen, after 5 years, it's going to be cheaper for you if you buy the full visa for the 5 years instead of getting the 30-month one and then renewing it and paying additional fees after that. Alright, so I know this is a lot of information to handle all at once. So if you need to, just put the video on pause, take a break and come back when you're ready again. But for now, we'll just power through. The ability to apply for settlement, indefinite leave to remain in the UK after 5 years leave under existing rules, and to apply for UK citizenship after 12 months settlement under existing rules and application processes. No recourse to public funds. Basically, you can't get any governmental support. The right to work in the UK in almost any capacity as an employed or self-employed person, consistent with UK employment laws and subject to having the appropriate skills and qualifications. Access to education, including schooling for under 18 child dependents, education and training for young people aged 16 to 19, the ability to apply for higher education courses. So you can even come to the UK, study at university or something like it. Access to healthcare free at the point of use on the same terms as British residents, contingent on payment of the immigration health surcharge. It is right that a contribution is made by BNO citizens who will benefit from access to our world-class national health service. I think people will debate whether it's world-class or not, but it is a good healthcare service. BNO citizens and their dependents will be expected to comply with UK laws. Anyone convicted of a criminal offence in the UK will be liable for removal. So I imagine that if you do commit any kind of crimes in the UK, there's a pretty strict policy against that, and it doesn't just lead to UK jail time, it probably leads to outright removal. All right, finally, the application process, how to actually apply. Applications to the Hong Kong BNO visa will be via a digital online application. This will be based on similar technology to the EU settlement scheme and will in practice mean that the majority of applications can be completed online without the need to send in physical documents by post or be interviewed. So no physical documents and no interviews are needed here. That should make the whole process a lot easier. There will be no requirement for applicants to apply for or hold a valid BNO passport, and successful applicants will be able to travel on a valid Hong Kong Special Administrative Region passport. However, valid or expired BNO passports should be kept and submitted with an application as evidence of BNO status. Where a BNO passport has been lost, eligibility checks can be made using historical records held by Her Majesty's Passport Office. Applications for the Hong Kong BNO visa can be made from Hong Kong, from within the UK, or from anywhere else. Finally, it reads, all applicants will be required to provide biometric data. BNO citizens will not be required to submit fingerprint biometrics and will simply have to provide facial biometrics as part of the application process. Dependents of BNO citizens who are not BNO citizens themselves will need to give their fingerprints as part of the application process. Successful applicants will be issued with a digital visa. So this really sounds like it's pretty straightforward. You're going to be able to apply online. There's no physical documents. If you have a BNO passport, you have to show that as proof of your history of having a BNO passport. And if you don't have it, there's still an option for you to go through the application process. So it's very welcoming. And I will also leave a link to the website of where you can find the actual visa application form. Another detail that the document talks about is something I already told you. It's that the laws will only take effect in January 2021. So they repeatedly say that they prefer if you can apply in January 2021 instead of right now. If you apply right now, you will apply under the old rules and the old immigration laws, which will only give you a possibility of 6 months within the UK. So if you can wait until January, I suggest you do so. So this website contains a lot of information from the UK government to BNO passport holders in this whole process. The information has been updated just 2 days ago, the 22nd of July, so the information should be very relevant and updated. I will leave a link to that in the description of this video as well. All right, whew. A lot of information in one video. It took a lot of time for me to dig all of the information up, so I really hope that you could use the video. If you did find the video useful, you can thank me with a subscribe to my channel, and I will do everything I can to do weekly updates on the whole process of the BNO passports. Finally, I want to thank this guy on Apollo channel who's been sending me information every now and then. So if you're interested in news about this issue that's not in English, go ahead and check his information out. So to round this video off, I want to explain why I'm trying to help out the people of Hong Kong. I mean, I am Danish after all, and I don't live in Hong Kong. I've been following the protests in Hong Kong for a little over a year now, and it's really gripping to see how a people is struggling to maintain their version of democracy against a bigger nation that is obviously, slowly but surely, taking over their judicial system, the laws that they write. It's really sad to see. So I'm a Dane and I'm sitting on the other side of the planet, so there's not a lot I can do, but what I can do is use my channel to shine a light on what's going on and to help people who want to immigrate or who want to leave to the UK with practical steps on how to do so. So I really hope the video was helpful, and remember to share it with your friends and family if they would find it helpful also. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a lot of information, but I really enjoy helping you guys out who need this information. So thank you for watching. Have a really good day. I'll see you in the next video.